Vimy Ridge. When the First War began, Canada was quick to answer the call from the British to join the fight. At this time, in 1914, Canada was still part of the British Empire, as a colony, and not yet a nation recognized separately from the British. Although the Canadians fought many battles in World War I, Vimy Ridge was the most successful and important in terms of Canadian identity.
When the war began in 1914, the German army swarmed through Europe. The Allied forces, the French, the British needed to take back France as quickly and forcefully as possible. One of these areas that needed to be taken back was Hill 145, otherwise known as Vimy Ridge.
Vimy Ridge was extremely important to have control over. It was on top of a large hill, which allowed whoever had control of it to be able to see enemies approaching in any direction, from miles away. It was a 14-kilometer long escarpment that runs through the French city of Arras. At this point in the war, the Germans had full control of Vimy Ridge. They had even built a series of complex defense trenches and tunnels into the hill. The ridge also had a series of subway tunnels running beneath it. This allowed for the Germans to take cover under the ground in any bunkers any time the French and British forces bombarded them with shelling and bombing.
The Germans considered Vimy Ridge to be a fortress and will never be able to take it away from them. The French forces tried to take Vimy Ridge 3 times and failed with a great number of casualties. Over 160,000 French and British soldiers had died trying to take the ridge from the Germans. After so much loss of life, the Canadians were sent to try and take the ridge.
The Canadian General, Sir Arthur Currie, saw the past failures at the ridge and created a master military strategy in order to take back Vimy Ridge from the Germans. For months before the Canadians were sent into battle at Hill 145, they trained on model ridges and practiced Arthur Currie's plan. Every detailed attack was rehearsed for months, making Vimy Ridge the most rehearsed battle in history. He designed his strategy based on what is called the creeping barrage. First, the Canadians had to find a way to destroy the German defensive lines of barbed wire and large artillery guns. A young man named Andrew McNaughton developed a system to locate all artillery guns using flash and sound. Before the Canadians executed the creeping barrage, they annihilated the Germans' artillery guns.
The creeping barrage was practiced using stopwatches. For this strategy, timing was the most important aspect. The barrage would begin with large guns or artillery that shot large shells into the German offenses. Once these guns started, the men would begin to advance through the fields leading to the ridge. The firing would then stop, and the men would wait for the artillery to be adjusted to a farther distance, and begin advancing once again. The men in the field need to have the timing right, or they would be in the wrong place and risk of being blown up by Canadian shells.
Even before the creeping barrage began, the Canadian soldiers were digging underground towards the subway tunnels in German control, where they planted explosives. Once the Canadians on the ground made it to the ridge, the soldiers underground will blow the tunnels. Canadian soldiers also played a large role in the sky during the days leading to the Battle of Vimy Ridge. One Canadian soldier in particular was Billy Bishop. Days before the battle, Billy Bishop disobeyed orders and flew beyond enemy borders to destroy an already landed German observation balloon. By the end of April 1917, Billy Bishop had shot down 17 planes.
At 5:30 in the morning on Sunday, April 9th, 1917, General Arthur Currie and his Canadian soldiers began the attack on Vimy Ridge. The Canadians were expected to make it to the ridge by 1:18 p.m. By 1:30 in the afternoon, the Canadians had made it to the base of Hill 145. The 4th Division of Canadian soldiers had the job to take the rest of the hill. However, they were ambushed by German soldiers hiding in an undestroyed trench. The 85th Battalion from Nova Scotia was called in as reinforcements, and by 6:45 p.m., the Nova Scotia Battalion had captured Hill 145.
Arthur Currie and the Canadians have successfully taken Vimy Ridge. It proved to the world how an important, a carefully planned and executed attack could lead to victory. For Canada, the Battle of Vimy Ridge stood for Canada's new state identity apart from the identity of the British. Vimy Ridge became a symbol of Canada's skill and bravery. It won Canada's recognition throughout the world and an identity that would lead to its own foreign policies.
In our hometown of Burlington, Ontario, there's a statue of a soldier standing outside of City Hall. I often wonder what it was for. Now I know. The statue is for World War I soldiers, with engravings of 39 names of soldiers from Burlington that fought in World War I. On the back side is a list of all the important battles that Canada fought in. Vimy Ridge is one of them. And we are proud to have this statue in our hometown. We are proud of the brave men who fought and died at Vimy in order to give us our proud Canadian identities. Because of them, we can go anywhere in the world and be recognized as brave, strong, and free.